Hello, welcome back to Learning to Live Life on a Budget. My name is Millie, and you are also here with Fraser, who has decided that he's going to sit right where I have all my binders and everything for this filming. That's fantastic. So this video, I have just filmed the colouring one. If you've watched my videos before, the colouring Let's Catch Up. And I was going to do like a what happened financially in October video. I did a little dance, but you can't see it because it's behind the scenes. This is what I could do with a shadow. Like, well, I know I have one. Who knew that, you know, you'd feel a bit shy and a bit nervous and like, and then you like just to do it. Film them all. I'm going to film it before I cook dinner. So yeah, I was going to do like a what happened in October type thing, but I thought what I'd do is, sorry, Fraser's moving and readjusting closer to my face and trying to lick my cheek. You're so cute, but I don't want to be licked. What I thought I would do is, sorry, I am talking to the cat as well as you guys. This probably sounded so weird, like, you know, cats got rough tongues. I thought I would just show you what I'm doing binder wise. No, not binder, that's next video. Budget book wise. So if you've watched me previously, you'll know what I was doing. If you haven't, I'm going to tell you, and if for anyone that needs a refresh, I was using the Budget Mum's Budget by Paycheck workbook, the actual put together one that she makes and shipped over here. I loved it. And I was highlighting my sections and I was crossing bits out. Fraser, you are a lump. Thank you. We don't want your bum either. It's because it's nearly dinner time. You're just trying to be all affectionate and saying, feed me first, aren't you? Yes. Yeah, I was using the Budget Mum Budget by Paycheck workbook. Loved it. Think it's fantastic. It really focuses on debt. I'm just thinking, should I just stop filming for distract him, get rid of him? It's too early for dinner, you see. So he's like, I'm just going to love you. Hey? So stroke your feet. You don't like your feet being stroked. No, he's licking my arm instead. Okay. Yeah. Budget. I was using the Budget Mum Budget by Paycheck workbook. Loved it. Was changing it to suit my needs more because there were things that I wanted included in it that weren't, and there were things that I just didn't need either. I'm not on a debt-based journey, so I love it. But she's also not making the books again until 2023, I think October 2023. She has got them to download and print online, but I just decided to try something else while I still had the Budget Mum book for now. Now, Fraser, darling, you're not going to fit. I just saw a cat toy on the floor. There was a cat toy in my stuff. So basically, I bought these wallets. Why don't you go over here? Yeah, sit there. Block my light instead. That's much more irritating than taking up the camera. Sorry, I'm really sarcastic off camera. I don't know if it shows when filming, but quite sarcastic. I don't mean it in a horrible way to him. Also, he can't understand me, but we know how it is. Whenever we're doing something, you want to get involved, don't you? Yeah, so I bought these. They're just document wallets that you slide on and off and you put your pages in. I had one for October as well, so I'll just get that out my file. So there will be some happy mail in here. Just to let you know, oh, that's January. I am organised. October's out. And basically, you can just use them like flip books. And I got 5 in a pack. I think it was 5 in a pack. I paid, it was just over £2 or just under £2.50. So not a lot for these wallets, and then obviously you have to have the paper and the ink and the planning to think what you want and things like that. But I see a lot of different styles from different people that I like. I see Fraser's knocked the camera, so we're at a different angle. I just looked through and realised I was like that, and it's like, don't like this, please. Yeah, you have to kind of know what you want, and this is, I'm just trying this out for me, and maybe like if this works I'll get it printed. I use a lot of the Budget Mum sheets still, and yeah, so this is for 2022. So I have got a page where I just have my spending overview of each month. So I've got September and October in there, and then I have all my categories. My categories have changed now. These are no longer my categories, and these are no longer the binders. I have a bill binder and a sinking fund binder and a savings binder. That's it. But that will be in another video about my binders. So yeah, I just have my overview of everything for each month. So I can see, you know, that in September I used £81 out of my savings, but in October I used £359.84 out of my savings, you know, so it's going to affect the numbers down here. Then I have the lovely Abundant Budgets. She has the most gorgeous books, and I just love them. And but I knew that I would be wanting to adapt for me and add sheets in, because there were some, the Budget Mum, there are some things that are just amazing that she does. So I bought Abundant Budgets downloads. It's a bundle of sheets. This is one of them. This is a savings tracker. So you can already see I've changed my sinking fund binders because they're different, and just go from month to month, and you can even do a start and end date, so you can see what you started with at the beginning of the month and what you end with. So, you know, because you might put lots of money in, but you also might spend lots out of it. If my vet sinking fund had like £500 in it last month, I wouldn't have tapped into my savings. I would have just used the vet sinking fund, but I didn't, so I used all my sinking funds. But so you would see the, although, so if there was a focus, say you wanted to look at how much was in the vet or emergency fund, that's a good one for everyone, how much is in there, and your car might break down or your fridge might pack in, so you use your emergency fund in 1 month and it's less than it was at the beginning. Just things like that. I love that. So her savings tracker, Abundant Budgets debt tracker. So it's all my debts, what they are at the start of every month and what they are at the end, because you want them to go down every month. But if you've got a credit card, heck, you know, I know if I had a credit card, I would spend on it some months, emergency or just for fun. So it would go up and down, and so you can just track your debt journey. Then I've got the Budget Mums debt tracker sheets. I actually printed out savings, but I just wrote debt for my 3 debts that are left. I've blacked it out because I didn't want to be doing so many pence per thing. I just did it to what my payment is, or my phone and the tablet, the payment half. So in December my phone payment is halved because it's only a year to go, so it's less. I don't know why they've done that, but so I just done it so that every month I can colour 1 or 2 in, and so I've done that for all of them, and it means it's not as long. I think, oh, I've only got, like, you know, I've almost done 1 row, and I know that after, in November, I will finish this row and I'll only have 1 row and 2 squares to go. And then the tablet and my Universal Credit Advance. So it's just, sorry for bad colouring, but it's just so that it's not the whole thing, it's actually what the payment is, and just as a visual tracker, and we can colour them in each month together, that's fine. Then I've got my net worth for each month. So my net worth went down in October because I'd spent out my sinking funds. My credit score, I have better trackers for 2023 because some I didn't want to use up all my printer ink, and I had to get some more for my daughter for school. So then I was like, after that I was like, hey, but I'd already made this, so I thought, what's the point in reprinting it? And then I've got a budget category organizer. This is going to change. This is a working document. This needs to be laminated or something so I can change it all the time. I've changed the colours, which is why you've got some yellow in the purples and green in the yellow. Things are being moved to different categories, but basically I have a lot more cash envelopes, and then I just have very simple sinking funds. I'm going back to basics, guys. I can't do this spending. I overspend in spending always, and there is no way of knowing what that spending is. It could be anything, and I need to be more definite and concrete. I'm going to give myself a miscellaneous, because you can't have a category for every single thing in your purse or for your day-to-day spending, but we need to simplify it. We have Moo now. Moo, darling, we need to use this. Lay on that one, because that one's finished with. So this is November. I have got, sorry Fraser, oh, I just got comfy as well. I have got October's, so I've got like 5 of these clip things, but then I've got one of those A4, Fraser's laying on it so I can't show you, A4 document wallet. So it's like the A4 binders, but it's got the plastic sleeve wallets, individual things in them. So, and then you can just shove this in there. So October's was like the working one, which I drew up myself, so I did myself a lovely budget sheet there. You know, like income, bills, everything else. But November's is a bit more finessed. So we have fireworks for firework night, don't we, Moo? And then we have a lovely, beautiful, Moo is modelling it fantastically, monthly calendar from Abundant Budgets. So I have a big calendar on my fridge that has the current month on it, and then I use like, oh, Moo, are you serious? Moo, no, Moo. Basically I have dates come through before the current month. I already have 2 appointments for in December, one for me, one for my daughter. You know, I already thinking school term dates, things like that. So I already have, I don't have it next to me, it's in my bedroom, but I already have December set up, and I already have I have the calendar in it, so I can start writing in it now. And the whole reason why I've got a calendar in here that has got, I'm sorry, Moo, why don't you lay on the open 2022 debt tracker? Let's show debt what we think of it. No, okay. I have, like, this is a personal one. So I have, like, bits that to do with my daughter. I don't know how good you can read this, but she's got lots of exams. I've got my paydays. I've got my bills. I've got bonfire night, doctor's appointment, you know, and it's so that when I'm going to do weekly budgeting. So I'm going to budget each week. I'm going to have a monthly budget, but I'm going to budget it every week to try and keep me within the monthly goals still. If I keep myself in it and keep going over it, you know, and if you guys want to see a weekly budget with me, I mean, we can budget it live. I mean, we can't do it together because I don't know how to do a live as such, but I will do it live as I film rather than planned out. But yeah, I can look at what's going on this week, so I know that on the 20th to the 26th I have 2 bills coming out. My daughter has something going on, but we're free, so it could be a quiet week, you know. Or I might know that I'm going out on the 29th with my friend for the day, and I need to have extra money, so I need to keep some money aside, that sort of. So this is like a version for us, and that's to help with my planner. Then I have the same sheet but in black and white, same on the colouring. It's a meal plan, so I haven't actually used anything off this meal plan yet, apart from we've had pizza on Wednesdays. Oh, we did have hot dogs last week. Oh, we had roast pork, there we go. I've had some of the meal plan. We're on the 7th today, but like, yeah, a monthly meal plan. I meal plan weekly, I shop weekly, but I want to change the way I shop because I'm changing my budget categories, which I'll talk more about later or in another video when I go through my binder. And I might go to the butcher's and I might buy 3 things of meat, and then I have them on different weeks, but I can freeze them, or I might hit up a yellow sticker section, or go to, we don't have many discounted food things near me, but I might get loads of bits on Olio that I freeze, or, you know, we might end up having like 3 takeaways in 1 week, and then I'm like, well, everything I bought this week needs to be rolled over a week, so I'll roll it all down. So this is like a monthly idea. You know, my daughter has a club on a Wednesday evening, so we tend to have pizza, so that's just in there. We tend to have roast on a Sunday. I knew that bonfire night we'd probably have hot dogs, or we'd have food out, but hot dogs can just sit in a jar in the cupboard, you know, so just have that in there, just again for planning, you know, for the month ahead. So now is a different sort of sheet. Fraser, you're going to lose your foot, darling. It is the monthly overview. So this monthly overview is the same layout style as the Budget Mum, but with their own twist on it. It is from Balancing the Budget. I love it. I love it. It's pink. It's just beautiful. It's beautiful. And even with my October one, which I scribbled all over, but it just looks good still, even with all my scribbling all over it. So yeah. So I've got things like my goals for the month. I'll probably do like a monthly, November budget with me or something. For, yeah, I'm on week 1, so for week 2 we'll do a budget for the week, and I'll talk about the whole budget. We'll make it a little bit longer, but I am trying to keep my videos shorter than they used to be. And then I have my keys, so goal and keys, although you can have that down here. You've got space to write notes down at the bottom, and then you've got space for your calendar, so it's just lovely. Balancing the budget. Printable downloads, so all the stuff here is printable downloads. I have bought it on Etsy, downloaded it to my laptop, so I can print as many copies as these as I want, because it's saved to my laptop, and it's saved in my Etsy purchases, I believe, and then yeah, print it off. So then I've got a lovely monthly budget from Philly and Brit. I think I need to resize this on my printer, because I have like a white, my printer margins did not like it. But yeah, so it's my monthly budget. So I get paid multiple times a month, which is why I thought the Budget Mum, Budget by Paycheck workbook would be really good for me. That's Budget by Paycheck. I get paid weekly. I also get paid every 4 weeks, another pay, and then I also get my main pay per calendar month. So it just makes life very confusing. So what we have is, we have my overall budget with all my overall figures for my bills, for my cash envelopes, how much I plan to stuff in my sinking funds, all of that, and my income. I mean, it's so cute. It's polka dot. I love it. Love it. Everything is just so cute in my binder. I have cutesy, and then I have nature, and I love nature and plants and everything else. I mean, just next to me I've got like some mini pumpkins left from Halloween. I mean, just so cute. But yeah, I want to say pumpkins, but then are they squash because they're small? But yeah, so this is just my monthly working document to give me a guide to keep me on track, so that I know how much things should be, and then I can keep the comparison in. And it's the same with my cash envelopes. So I have the monthly document, and then we go into the Budget Mum's Budget by Paycheck. So my weekly pay is child benefit, and it's £21.80 a week, and we're going to use that wherever we can to stuff sinking funds, so we don't need to break that down. But I have a Paycheck bill tracker for my 4 weekly pay and my main pay, which is Universal Credit, because Universal Credit, I have all my bills come out on that date, so I get paid that amount, but I don't have that amount to cash stuff. And then with my PIP, it's a large amount of money, and I normally get child benefit on the same day. So I have basically taken each paycheck, I've broken it down into what I want to put where, so I know that when I get my PIP, I'm going to give my daughter a pocket money, I'm going to stuff money into my gas sinking fund and into my weekly sinking fund, I'm going to stuff money into my electric, and then they each have their own cash envelope breakdown. So then I know that's how much I get paid, and that's where I want to put the pay on this sheet. Oh, sorry, Moo. And then, I'm sorry if you can't see this very well because the cat is like involved. But this is how much I need to withdraw from the bank, because some of these, like my rent and my car insurance and my car breakdown, all of these bills actually, they're not going to come out of the bank. They're going to get paid. This is going to come out before I even get to the bank. Actually, it might not, because this comes out on the 19th and I get paid on the 18th, but usually, you know, so yeah, I've done that for both. It probably seems like a lot for some people, but I need that step by step, because otherwise my brain has room to maneuver and detour off, and we're not going to do that anymore. We can't keep doing that. Then what I've made myself is like a weekly check-in sheet. So I'll have my categories for each week. I have what I budgeted to spend, what I stuffed, and then what I actually spent, what the monthly total is for that category, and then what's weekly left over. So I might have £300 a month to spend in food. That is my budget. On week 3 I might have spent in my monthly total after week 3 £271. So I might look and do a pantry challenge week, or use up what I've got at home so that I have a budget of £29 for food on week 4, just to keep me within budget. That's the aim of this. And then the weekly leftover column is just what have I done with that money that was there weekly, you know. So cats, if it hadn't been spent, I might put it in. Bobby has specialist food now, and he's going to have his own envelope that's within the cat category, and I might say I've stuffed it into Bobby's food, so that there's a trail of where it's gone. Then I have from Abundant Budgets, the lovely Abundant Budgets, her weekly budget. And then I have weekly budget, an expense tracker from the Budget Mum, and this is for all accounts, so it's all my money in one. I've gone wrong on it this week. I have a meal plan, and then I'm on to week 2, and I do that every week. I have weekly budget, expense tracker for that week, and a meal plan for that week, because the amount of money I have to spend on food and cats and household items changes week to week, and that affects what goes on my meal plan and what meals we have. And it's just the same every week. Now this is maybe gonna sound ridiculous, but because Moo, what are you trying to attack? Fraser's tail? I think you're hungry, aren't you? You do like paper, don't you? She loves paper. So just thinking, I'm going to lean over here, because if she gets Fraser's tail, he's going to tell her off. Because I get paid monthly, I track my budget from the 1st to the 30th or 31st of every month, even though I get paid mid-month. So I will always have a rollover because I get paid mid-month. But I'm not going to do 5 weeks anymore. Every month is going to be 4 weeks, and some weeks are just going to be very long. Laughing at Moo. I'm just going to make sure your tail's out, because no, it's not your tail, she just wants the book. Here you go, have this. Yeah, it's going to be, every month is going to have 4 weeks in it. So currently I'm on week 1 of November. Week 1 of November started on Tuesday the 1st and runs until Thursday the 10th. It's probably easier to show you on this sheet. Yeah, from 1st to the 10th, so it's technically 10 days long that week. But I'll only go food shopping once. I will, look at my calendar to see if maybe I need extra money for petrol and things, and I'll decide accordingly. So then, after my weekly bits and pieces, I have a Where Did My Money Go sheet, where we have the same thing. It's photocopied from my Budget Mum book, And you write in your categories, what your monthly budget was, what you spent, everything else. We'll swap over to October sheets for this, shall we? I actually drew up my own one for October. It's before I photocopied. So I write, you know, where I went under budget and over budget. In October, bills was my biggest category, then savings spent was my biggest category, then groceries, spending, savings stuffed, and eating out. I started October with a very high rollover, and I don't think that was the right thing because I wanted to stuff it the next week, so I just took it in with me, and it meant that it was constantly a bit higher. I know Abundant Budgets had the same, and I think she's right in the what she said about everything needs to be allocated. So my plan is to start the month and leave the month with the same amount and it not be excessively high, but enough to live on. So yeah, where did my money go worksheet? Then I have a binder check-in. Oh, where's the one from last month? Because it looks so cute. So this is just, I write down all my sinking funds, envelopes, what's in them, and then the change from last month, whether it's gone up or down. So Bobby's Food is new, it went up £10, so of course it did, but that's not really a sinking fund. I wasn't sure where to put it last month. I've decided it's not now, but like a lot of them went down, although some went up. And I've got everything on here, so, and I've got a total of how much I have in total in my sinking funds. So that's in here. And then I have the debt payment plan. I wasn't going to include this originally, but I just want to track my debt because it's not much left. And I was photocopying and it was just easier to have the whole sheet. Do you mind, madam? There's nothing under there. Oh, you want the spine of the thing. Then I've got a monthly net worth tracker to help track my sheet, my overall net worth. Moo, cheeky. Oh, this Frasier's tail getting close to. And then I have a how did this month go? So we're going to look at October's. How did this month go? So I said that last month in October, the Christmas sinking fund progress went really well. And stuffing my sinking funds weekly worked. I just have to make sure I don't touch that money. And I am pretty good at it sometimes. I'm trying, and my aim is if I don't get better at not touching it, then I just can't do it weekly anymore. But it really benefits me and my sinking funds to stuff them weekly. So they are what went well for me in October. In October, what didn't go so well was I was spending around my birthday. I was just spending too much in spending and eating out. Yeah, and then Bobby with the vets thing couldn't be helped. It just showed that actually vets needs to be a priority sinking fund, or more prioritised than it was before. But yeah, so just overspending. So what have I learned or want to improve on for the next month? And I've put overspending here, and then I've written Bobby and Cats, vets, well stuffed, priority. I just said that, didn't I? Oh, I didn't even read it and I was saying it, so it must be in there. It has stuck with me. And more cash envelopes and less sinking funds, which is what I've done with my budget, and I will talk about that in my budget binder video and weekly check-ins to come, because there's no Moo's like chewing thin air now, just off camera. Oh, she stopped. Strange. But yeah, so that's what we're going to do at the end of every month, just to reflect on the month. I was doing it weekly, and I think it was good, because you've got to sit and think about it and think about how you want things to change if you want them to change, and also celebrate the wins, you know. So that's my new budget system. October is in a hot mess over there. Moo is finally sitting on 2022. Frasier has calmed down. But yes, that is how I'm going to do it for now. And then if this works, I will look into making these more like maybe in a binder for me, or if this works with this, then we'll stick with what works. Just, yeah, a lot of the thing with the Budget Mum, but just adapted. If I could send her all this so she could make it into her binder for me, fantastic. But yes, that is all from me for now. Sorry, that was me. Normally it's the cats knocking it, or Fraser actually. Can't blame all of them. But yeah, so I hope that was useful or food for thought. I quite like watching these videos because it gives me thoughts on how my budget's going. Sometimes I watch them and I think, no, actually that wouldn't work for me. Or sometimes I watch them and I think, wow, that is fantastic. Would that help me? And that's why I have filmed this. A, to fill in some gaps. So if people are suddenly thinking, where's the Budget Mum book gone? And also to, you know, give ideas to people. This was, you know, more of the only stress of this really was printing. I paid for the sheets, but I got Etsy vouchers for my birthday. And I got some birthday money. I mean, I had some savings challenges for my birthday and then I bought some. But yeah, I didn't spend loads on this. I don't think any of it was that expensive. I mean, the printer ink was expensive, but I needed to get that anyway. So yeah, I've kept it low cost and simple. If you want to, you can just do it in a notebook, because I was thinking about just doing that each week, checking in. What do I want to spend this month? Write a monthly budget out in a notebook. But I really like these analysing sheets, and I need it breaking down for me so that there's, if I don't use my universal credit to put all this money in here, or all this money in here, or I don't pay one of my bills because of it, I have to come and write it in here. And then I might even write it on with you guys there. Make myself really accountable for everything. Which hopefully won't be too boring if you are watching this. If it is, I'm sorry. Please go watch something else. Don't sit there being bored. But yeah. Okay, I'm going to shut up now. I hope you are all doing well, and I hope that this gave you food for thought. The Budget Mum sheet that I just had on the thing, I didn't say, I don't think. I paid for it as a digital download from the Budget Mum for this one, rather than photocopy or use the fill-in Brit one. The fill-in Brit one is lovely, but I wanted something different for the monthly budget, so that when I'm flicking through I know that's monthly and that's Budget Mum. And I've got 3 colours of the Budget Mum. I've got black, teal and purple. Right, shutting up now. Take care everyone, see you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.